Good morning. It is April 30th, the very last day of April, and in March I made a video saying that I was hoping to do a video once a month to show the progress of the garden, and although it's the very last day of this month, I want to go ahead and keep to my promise. And so I want to show you guys what's going on. I want to show you the update on the fence. I'd mentioned multiple times that we were going to be fencing the backyard. I also mentioned in the last video that we were going to be starting a little orchard. I want to show you the progress of that as well. We are standing on the patio looking at this stunning rose. This is Miss Zephrine, which is a highly scented antique rose that is thornless and can handle some shade. This patio gets morning sun, afternoon shade, and the closer to the house you get, the less sun it gets. So it probably gets 2 to 3 hours of sun every day. And Miss Zephrine is happy enough for me. I got it to put it here because it's thornless and because I wanted something growing here. I'm pretty pleased with it. My kids are out here with me, so you might hear me stop our commentary to talk to them every now and then. I hope that's okay. I want to do this in one fell swoop without having to do a lot of editing later, and so I hope that's okay with you. The patio area is looking pretty good. The catmint here, the little border of catmint, is looking very, very beautiful. We'll go this way. We'll go around and then we'll end at the new orchard area. The deer, I've mentioned, one of the big problems I deal with in this garden is the deer. And I'm noticing that this year I'm already having some success with the deer because some of the hostas are being left alone, like even in this north garden. I didn't intend just to go this way, but I want to show you some of the hostas. The bleeding hearts are on their way out. The Lenten roses are on their way out, but you can see where we had to dig up to start putting in the fence. I'll show you that at the end. But anyway, I'm seeing some hostas I haven't seen bloom in years. You'll see random little things around the yard like a rock pile because my kids play out here. I garden for them and then for the bees and so I don't really disturb their little pieces of artwork. This hosta is one of the hostas I haven't seen bloom in years. I have to somehow keep it blooming because the fence is not quite done yet. I really, really like this view a lot. Between the catmint and the woodland phlox, which is what's back here, this woodland phlox has been blooming a while. It blooms a good 6 to 8 weeks for me, at least, given the multiple places I have it in the garden. I'm loving the hedge of catmint. This is Walker's Low right here. And then this salvia, this perennial salvia, which I believe is Maynite. I don't know if it is Maynite. This perennial salvia, I mean, it's a workhorse. It came up last month and has been blooming a good long while. I was hoping I could do this while the sun was still out. It's supposed to be cloudy today, but I can see the sun is coming out in spots, which is okay. I planted this Weigelia here in the fall. I bought 4 of them discounted at one of the box stores, and I planted them a few strategic places throughout. This one's the one that's doing the best, mainly because I waited too long to plant the others. I had popped in some pansies and some of the pots around that are doing pretty good. I have herbs in these pots. You can see there's thyme in here and I think some oregano. I need to add some compost to this. I have some pots in here that just some creeping phlox and some candy tufts, just some extra spring blooming things I want to put in the garden. This peony is the first to bloom. I don't know which it is. I can take a guess. I'm not sure which it is. I picked it up. My mother-in-law invited me to the property of one of her friends last spring, and we dug them up right before they bloomed. Not all of them, we dug some up. We left the vast majority of them, and anyway, because we dug them up right before they bloomed, they did not bloom in my garden last year, but I'm happy to see it's one of the first bloomers in the garden this year. I have more catmint. The hedge continues over here, and more salvia. I picked up this stalk at Lowe's, intending to plant it in the vegetable garden to get some more blooms throughout the growing season, the cool flower growing season. I haven't had a chance to do it. It's been a little bit under the weather. This peony is Bowl of Beauty. It is going to be stunning when it comes up. It's one of the first peonies. I planted it, what I mean to say is I planted it 3 years ago, and I'm so happy to see how much it's grown. So pretty. I have these 2 plants sitting here in this bird bath because they were pitifully dry and I needed to water them. All right, let's go around here. This white iris is one of my favorites, and it's a reblooming iris. I don't like that it reblooms. I think I mentioned that to you guys one time before. I don't like seeing irises blooming in the fall. I don't know, something about it makes me think it's supposed to be a spring blooming thing, but oh well. I am having some trouble with the deer, but not nearly as much as I normally do. Love this iris. I don't know its name. Most of the irises on my property were given to me by a sweet lady from church a couple of years ago. One of the signs that the deer haven't been eating too much in my garden is that you could see my lilies are standing strong. Normally I don't see these lilies because they love eating them. The roses are starting to pop up everywhere, which is exciting. This is a rose called Bajazzo, B-A-J-A-Z-Z-O. Doesn't have a scent, but that's okay. Man, I was really hoping to do this while the sun was out, but the sun was away, but it seems the sun is out. Anyway, there isn't a ton blooming over here, but oh wow, this rose is about to bloom. It's a beautiful white rose. Can you see the damage the deer do? You see how the very bottom end of this rose is bare, but the top of it has a lot of roses. I train as many roses as I can as climbers for that reason, because if I leave them short, the deer just decimate them. And a rose like this, which is not supposed to be a climber, it's a Cordis rose also. I think it's called Lion's Mane, White Lion. I'm drawing a blank on the name of this rose. Maybe it's called Lion's Mane. It's a white rose. It's not really scented, but it's coming along. It's beautiful when it's in bloom. Absolutely stunning. I didn't even know it was about to open. I'll do another rose tour later where I talk specifically about the roses, but this one's a beauty. All right, we'll go to the circle flower bed in a minute because the alliums are looking really good, but I wanted to show you guys this shade bed. The arrowwood viburnum is doing its thing and I love it. I need to get in here and cut back a lot of this overgrowth to just provide a little more light to this garden bed. Another proof that the deer haven't been too terrible this year is that my white azaleas are blooming this year, and the hostas in front of them are blooming this year, and the hydrangeas, like there's hope here, right? Like there's hope. And it just makes me so happy because in time, when the fence is fully up, hopefully my garden will look like it's supposed to constantly. I just noticed yesterday this one little clematis is blooming. I try to pop clematis wherever I can. And again, that's another sign the deer are leaving my garden alone because I'm able to see some of them this year. Man, I'm so sad about this, about the sun. I thought the sun would be away as I did this. I'm loving the lamium, the coral bell, the false. Why do I always draw a blank on the name of this plant? I always draw a blank on the name of this plant, and I don't know what my problem is. I'll remember as soon as this is over. I'm loving this little view right here. I need to stop complaining about the sun, because if nothing else, it gives you a good indication of what the garden looks like in proper lighting. You could see some more of that woodland phlox here. There's some columbine in here that I planted one year, and it always seeds itself in here, which is fine. And then there are some foxgloves on the way. Anyway, this is a mix of all sorts of things in here. I need to get in here and do a little bit of cleanup. Love, love, love this fern. All right, let's look at the alliums. This garden bed needs mulch. That's okay. I'll get to it when I get to it. I'm not gonna beat myself up too hard. In this garden bed, I have, okay, first let me show you. Hold on, let's turn this way, because I think these are just purple sensation alliums. Like, they're short, they're not like, look at the fountain, look at them, they're not very high, and then look at the ones beyond them. Those are gladiators. I planted the ones that are taller, the gladiators, in the winter, really, sometime in January, and I'm so pleased with them. They're doing very, very well. They're tall. They're about halfway to me, to my height. Beautiful. They don't get as big as the heads don't get as big as the purple sensation. Maybe it's because they're still opening. Like, the purple sensations are fully open, whereas these are not yet. Beautiful. I love them in combination with the irises, with the purple irises. This bed is looking really good. I'm really leaning into the just one color palette, just the purple. These irises were also given to me by that wonderful lady from church, and so I don't know its name. Yeah, honey? Yeah, I'm right here. Everything's looking good. The peonies will be next. I'm very excited about that. There are a ton of peonies in these beds. I hope you can tell. I'm trying not to get my children in the videos. I don't like to put them in the videos, but you'll get to hear their voices. Oh, I was going to show you the 9-bark. Sorry, I got distracted. But the 9-bark is starting to bloom, and I am very happy with this plant. There are 3 of them in here. They're all the same age, but I've moved the others so many times that they are not looking as happy. But that's okay, in time. This garden bed needs a makeover. There are things in here. There are a ton of hydrangeas in here. There just also are a ton of weeds. And so I will be working on it, especially because when you're sitting at the pergola over there, it's what you see. I really want it to be a focal point. So I bought some of these arborvitaes that I want to use as a hedge here. Yes? You're busy? Oh, I'm sorry you're busy. You want me to hold you? Okay. All right, come on. The vegetable garden is looking good. I love this little scene here. The pansies are very, very pretty. Oh wait, now that the sun is hiding, let me show you the circle flower bed. Even though it needs mulch, you can see it better when the sun is hiding.
My bike.
You go get your bike for me?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. All right, let's look here. Oh my word, what is this? Okay, we're gonna take a detour because I'm noticing that some of the foxgloves are blooming over here. This is a pretty one. Hello, Miss Thing, you're beautiful. Oh, that's pretty. And then the verbascum right beyond it. These are seeds I planted last year that never bloomed. So it's fun. It's fun to see them bloom this year. We're not going to spend too much time in the vegetable garden, but let's go back here. I'll show you quickly how it's looking. It's looking good. I love the little vegetable garden. I desperately need to add compost to it. It's been so dry. It's been a very, very dry April. There were no April showers to bring Mayflowers. So there's some work that still needs to be done in here, but things are growing and I need to grow some more things. All right, let's go back this way. There's still so much garden to be seen. I love this rose. It's probably my favorite. Try not to have favorites, but my word, this thing grows like crazy. This is Zade, a cordis rose. If you live in the South, grow cordis roses. I don't know what else. Like, I tell people this. My friends will say, Vanessa, how do you get roses to grow? I'm like, you have, unfortunately, this sounds more complicated than it is. You have to pay attention to breeders. You just do. Because some breeders do better than others. It's not as complicated as it sounds. Like, the tags will tell you. Usually you'll see the words K-O-R-D, cord. Often it's cordis, K-O-R-D-E-S. But if you just see K-O-R-D or myland, these are breeders. You'll see these words on the tags and they'll let you know that these roses will do better for you. If you don't plant roses that will do well in our humid areas, you're just out of luck. I'm not saying none of them will do well. Like, for example, the one on the patio that I started this video with, Zephrine Jareen, is not a cordis rose, it's not a myland rose, but it's one that has been proven to be disease resistant in our area. Anyway, this rose does not have a super strong smell, but it does have a smell. I used to think it did not have a smell, but it definitely does have a smell. It's just on a scale of 1 to 5, I might put it at a 2.5. Whereas Zephrine Jareen, the rose that we started out with, I mean, it's like a 5. It's through the roof in fragrance. Absolutely stunning. I had this Baptisia near the patio for years, and it got huge last year, but I dug it up. I had my husband dig it up. Digging Baptisia, it was something I wasn't expecting, y'all. It was so hard. Like, it was like a tree trunk. Like, he had to take a pickaxe to it. It was wild. So that was another indication I needed to move it. So I moved it and we divided it and I put it throughout different places. So this year it's not as happy, although it still needs to keep growing. But I love it. It's I think it's like a lemonade something, Baptisia from Proven Winners. Anyway, it's beautiful. It's just needed to move. This garden bed I extended in the fall. The peonies that are here usually bloom beautifully, but I didn't do a good job moving them evidently because they are not happy with me. They did not like the move, so they won't bloom as well. This has kind of become a rose garden. You could see where I've had to use coverings to try to protect the roses from the deer. And you could see with the Zade rose, this beautiful cordis rose, how the bottom of it has been eaten, but the top of it hasn't. This is not supposed to be a climber, but I treat it as a climber and honestly, it might as well, like, I think they should reclassify this rose as a climber. Every time I've seen this rose in friends' gardens, like online, it grows crazy. Everybody treat it as some sort of climber or a pillar rose, definitely not as a shrub rose. And so I think Cordis or whoever just needs to reclassify this rose. It's stunning. There are some purple irises here, you know, the ones that taste sort of like grape soda. This beautiful purple rose was also not rose, irises. This beautiful dark purple iris was given to me by a friend years ago when I was first beginning my garden journey. And I've spread it all over the yard. I adore it. More barriers and more of those roses that smell like grape soda. You could totally smell it. This is another one of those Zade roses. This one's not as vigorous as the other, I'm guessing because it doesn't get as much water. I honestly should water it strategically this year to encourage it to grow, because it's such a good rose when it's happy. I have some roses in here that will be blooming soon. I think this is Savannah Sunbelt. I think this is Princess Charlene de Monaco. Anyway, this garden bed has become sort of like a rose garden bed, and I'm pretty happy with it. Oh my word, I thought this died. Oh, okay, it did. This is a raspberry. I thought this was a mock orange. There was a mock orange that was on this property initially. I've moved it so many times that I think it finally died. I need to move this peony. I think it's in too much shade. It has never bloomed. Years ago, when I first moved into this property, I found some peonies right about where this whitish pot is. They were buried too deeply. They weren't doing well. I dug them up and moved them all around. And that is what will be blooming in a few weeks. I'll be happy to show you because it's going to be quite the peony show this year. I can tell. All right, we'll go to the front of the house, but while we're here, I'll show you the new fence, since I've sort of shown it to you here and there and alluded to it. Firstly, this is this wonderful little arbor my husband built for me. It's surrounded right now by feverfew that I started from seed last spring. They didn't bloom, but my word, I cannot wait for this show this year. It's gonna be very, very good. I have a ton of work to do right here. There is some blue forget-me-nots that will be coming up here. So anyway, I'm gonna sit here and show you what I mean by what you see directly in front of you. You see where that pot is? Right there. Excuse me, you guys. I am fighting something. That's that garden bed with all the hydrangeas that I really need to do something with. Do you see how that's like such a focal area? So I need to make it nice. Hi. Are you getting onions?
Nope. We're making a spider.
You're making a spider web. Very good. Lissy, are you making a spider web?
Yeah.
Very good, honey. This is the orchard. Right here. Can you see? Like right here where you see all the leaves. This is the orchard. I won't show you all the plants I have in here. I can do a separate video about that. But this is a tree. This is another one beyond it. This is a tree. This is another one beyond it. I have some dead looking raspberries in pots because raspberries tend to get out of hand. And I've had these long cement pots for ages. I've never known what to do with them. So anyway, we're trying the raspberries in there. I think this poor plum might be dead. It's refusing to break dormancy. When I do the scratch test, it's green. You see that? It's green. But it is... Okay, it's not focusing. See, it's green, but it's refusing to break dormancy. Like the buds refuse to pop open. And then I think these are 2 cherries. My goal is to keep these short. Short and to be able to be reached just by hand. That's why I'm able to plant quite a few in here. So this is the orchard and this is the fence. My husband's used a lot of 4x4s. I suppose I could do another video about this to have him tell you how he did it, but 4x4s, and then we got this wire from Tractor Supply. And the letter H. Yes, that's the letter H. That's the letter H. You're right, baby girl. And then we're not cutting the tops down. We're gonna add more wire, and then he says he wants to do a big V, kind of like at the little arbor, like the top, the V. And I'm like, oh my word, I know exactly what I want. Anyway, today I'll be ordering a few antique climbing roses. You see ants, girl? Oh wow, don't touch them. Thank you, honey. I want to do my daughter's name. There's a rose named after her that I really want to put here. It's a rambler that I want to put on it. And I also do want to do a sweet autumn clematis. Don't come for me. I know it's an invasive, but they're so pretty. And in the fall, when not much is blooming, I just need a sweet autumn clematis in my life. I always have wanted one. And so the grasses here are doing good. Unfortunately, I think this holly is dead. That's okay. I did get a, you can't tell, but this is the snowball viburnum that I'm gonna replace the holly with. Wow, I really thought we were gonna do this in a shady situation. But anyway, the grass is looking good. These irises are looking good. I love the yellow irises. And then I divided some of the lambs here to fix the little hedge. It used to go all the way around, but for some reason the ones in the middle died. So it's okay. So anyway, I put it here. The irises are looking very, very pretty. This Amsonia it's finally taken off. My word, I've had this in the garden for so many years and I've hardly seen it. I think it was in too much shade. These peonies are about to open as well. If you remember in my last video, I mentioned that we took down one of those calorie pears, like ornamental pears. This garden bed is getting so much more sun than it ever has, so maybe that's why the Amsonia is doing so good. I love these yellow irises. Anyway, all right, let me just show you the circle flower bed and the front garden bed with some of the roses that are blooming there, and then we'll end. The circle flower bed is doing good. It needs mulch. So much needs mulch, but it's doing good. The alliums here are looking very pretty. The peonies are going to be quite the show here. And then the lavender hedge is coming back up. Some of it is looking kind of weak, so I'll probably have to change some of them out this year, but I'm happy with it. All right, let's just look at the front garden bed real quickly. There isn't a ton going on. I love this blue spruce. I love it at this stage where it's coming out of, where it's putting on its new growth. It's all pretty. All right. The boxwood hedge is looking good. This tree, rose tree, is mainly looking good. It's had some serious dead stuff or brown looking. Anyway, I need to cut this branch off. This is more of the peonies that I divided that was already on the property. And then this phlox, there's more of that purple phlox, the woodland phlox, but then you could see the taller phlox back there. Come on, I forget the name of this taller phlox, but it's approved in winters. I think it's like first opening act phlox or something like this. The deer normally eat it, and this year I just told myself I wasn't even gonna move it. If they ate it, they ate it, whatever. Love this rose. This is South Africa. It's another Cordis rose. This one has a little bit of a scent also, maybe like a 2 out of like 1 through 5. It's barely noticeable. There are 3 of them here. This poor boxwood, I think, might be dead. I moved these. Oh, there might still be a little bit of life in them. I moved 2 of these in the fall to just design this bed better. It's been so dry. It was a dry February, crazy dry. Like, it's like we've been in a drought, and it's like it's almost taken us all by surprise because we didn't like you're not expecting a drought in the spring. But look at this. I need to drag a hose out here ASAP and start watering these. If there's life in them, I need to help them out. Well, not cut down. I just need to water them thoroughly, honey. Anyway, there's still more work to be done. This is that stunning iris. It's huge. Like, I've never seen an iris bigger than this. It's so big. I love it. Anyway, I think I've shown you everything of relevance. More peonies that will be coming here soon. I need to do some serious work here because there's some trumpet vine. I think what I'm going to do is take out these roses because they're just the, what are those roses called? The ones that you could buy from the box stores. They don't smell like any. Knockout. I think I'm going to pull them out because, like I said, I'm going to be ordering a few antique roses today. There is a place near me that is having a rose festival this weekend, and I have 4 roses that I need to go order right now before I can't get what I want. Ordering just opened this morning, so I think I'm going to pull these out, maybe put them somewhere else on the property if they want to be transferred. I need to kill all the trumpet vine. That's what this is. Can you see this behind this 9 bark? I have this stuff to kill it. It's just I have some stuff going on that's preventing me from being able to use that stuff, but I'm hoping my husband can do it for me. And then we're back here, you guys. I can't keep going because then I couldn't keep an eye on my kids, but we're gonna end right here, back to the azalea garden that is doing very well. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm glad I was able to get this April tour done, even if it was at the last hour. I'll see you guys hopefully sooner than the end of May. But if nothing else, I'll do my best to come back in May. But I hope to do a rose tour, just a rose tour soon when the roses are at their best. And maybe it will be a rose and peonies tour at the same time because I think they'll all be going off at the same time. Have a good day. Bye.